Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining the call. ERP is without a doubt more enthusiastic than CRM because I went to join the call and it said 23 people have already joined before the call starting. So it's undying ERP commitment, isn't it? We have some great sessions for you today. I'm very excited. And we also have a cool announcement to share with you. So let's wait a couple of minutes to make sure Anna has joined and also to check that we have both of our speakers. Oh, awesome. Hi. Why can't I see your name then?
Maybe it's because I am from my company.
Maybe.
The company.
You know why? It's because it's doing it by your surname. So it's doing it, it's alphabetically. Okay, let's make you a presenter. How are you?
I'm very good, and you?
Good. I just moved house. I've been in my new house for 2 days and I was in a suitcase for about 2 months, and I need to learn my lesson that living out of a suitcase is not the move and going from one house straight to another is the move.
So you moved already?
Yeah, I moved. So I left my old place mid-August and then I moved into my new place 2 days ago.
Okay, cool. Yeah, when I moved to Switzerland, I lived out of suitcases for about 2 months. Not recommended.
No, I know.
You don't know what you have, what is clean is a nightmare.
Yeah. And I always think, oh, it's footloose and fancy free. I'll be in a suitcase, I can go wherever. And then you're just like, I'd like my own sofa, like my own bed, please. Yeah. Okay, I think we dive right in. Before we get into sessions, we have a really cool announcement. And I want to make sure our folks from our new ERP community are on the call. My whole Teams is messing up today. So are you guys on the call?
They should be.
Here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I'm moving up on
And
Teams
I
today.
think Mariano is also here. I don't know. Well.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay,
here.
Go away, Natalia. That's our announcement.
This is our announcement. We are starting a new community for the people, for the Hispanic people. Let's see if we can create a bridge between Latin America and Spain. So you are all invited. If you want to practice your Spanish, or if you know someone that wants to show, everybody's welcome. So
that's awesome.
I don't know, Mariana, if maybe you have the link, or
I will. I will post the link here. So Sebastian says, "Sí, claro, hablas FNO."
FNO.
So it's something like that. You're going for the right way. But yeah, everyone, if you want to share something, tell a story or something, please contact us, because it's even though we are posting mostly Spanish content, there are a lot of MVPs and people that want to share something in the group. So always welcome the experience of everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We had a great chat about this, didn't we, a couple of months ago? And I think this is a great idea. Andre is asking if you'll also be speaking in English, which
He's already trying to hijack
with Mariano, we talk about that and we say, let's start in Spanish, but I think, Andre, you will have to give a session in English.
Andre,
security.
Well, I practice some Spanish, so
okay.
That is perfect, actually.
It's perfect for us.
Yeah. You can practice your guys from everyone that speaks in English. You just can that's learning Spanish. You can just go and practice.
Let's practice again. La gente está muy loca.
It's perfect.
Perfect. That's all you need. Approved.
That's so good. I think this is going to be great. And I hadn't even considered the idea of, if we're learning Spanish, we could attend, because I also know a small amount of Spanish, and that would be amazing practice. So I love that. Okay, so Mariano put a link in the chat, or is putting one in the chat. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Okay,
and I posted here.
Do you have the first activity? Like, events, activities scheduled yet, or is that still being organized?
We are starting next week on Thursday. So we have to send everybody the invitations, but we are doing it tomorrow or tomorrow.
There's no doubt that this is better than Duolingo, because we all think Duolingo teaches us the language and it really doesn't. So
exactly.
بقول لك هو انت تعرفي مين اللي هناك؟ تعرفي اسم حد هناك؟
I'm not sure if you're chatting to us. No, I think that might have been accidental speaker. Okay, awesome. Okay, so Mariana's put the link in the chat. We're very excited about this. It's going to be great. And feel free to come back and promote stuff on this call team as well. We want to get the news out there.
Thanks, Anna, because she has been working with us too, with all the creativity part, because Mariano and I are a disaster.
Yeah. Left-handed.
So
secret graphic
Anna.
designer.
Yes.
I did the graphics and I love them. So
it's so cute. I didn't know that you were also a graphic designer. How did you build that?
It's magic, you know. No, actually they had a vision and then I had to put it together because Natalia wanted candies. And then of course we wanted to make it something that is in your face but not like no Haribo and gummy bear. So yeah, I don't know. We just pivoted a couple of options and this happened. I've been doing graphic design self-taught for a long time.
I did not know that. We will be hiring you for future graphic design purposes.
Of course.
That's so fun.
You should.
Yeah, I know. It's very impressive. Why don't we kick off with some speakers? And Anna is going to introduce both of our speakers today. So fire away, Anna.
Of course. Well, thank you so much. I think that today we have my favorite guys from Microsoft, maybe. Sorry, Lydia. But Anisha is on my top 5 people from Microsoft, I think. Yeah, they're going to be talking about the HR recruiting add-on and the career side. So I think for most of you that work in ERP, I don't know how many of you are aware of the recent... No, my laptop. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Oh, sorry, it went all black. So there's this new recruiting add-on that they will introduce, and it's very cool because it brings together ERP and Power Platform. Dwayne, don't be hurt.
Listen, Anna, you've totally derailed this. We need a list of your top 10 in order and an explanation why people rank differently.
I put myself in a position that now I cannot get out.
100%, I know.
So yeah, they're going to present that, Mahesh and Anisha. So I would like to give you the floor, guys. Do you have presentation mode on?
I've put them in. I've just made them both presenters, so you should both be able to take over.
Okay, perfect. So if you are there,
hello.
You can use that.
Hello. Hi. Hi, both. Thank you so much for joining.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, I think take over.
Anisha is just trying to share the slide deck. Let's give it a moment.
We have some return on your mic.
Oh, a little bit of echo.
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah. No, there is a little bit of an echo.
Are you with someone else in the room?
Yes, Anisha and me on actually 2 different machines.
Okay, so mute one of your machines, mute it, and also cancel the speakers.
Yeah, or other option is you just start rapping. If you start to rap, it will sound amazing.
It's yours. It's yours.
Yeah, I think you need to both mute yourself and turn off the audio on that laptop.
Yeah. Yes, this is better.
Perfect.
I presume
yes, that's perfect.
Okay, share the slide deck. Yes. All right. Is the audio coming through well?
That is perfect.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so today we just plan to briefly cover on the hire to retire journey, the significant investment that what we're trying to do in the Dynamics 365 HR. And we just thought we'll give a quick overview of what those are and then a brief a demo recording as well, just so that we get an idea of some of these particular features a little bit more closer than just the slide deck. So as we all a preview about the fact that, from an ERP point of view, this end-to-end journey that what we go through certain workflows for various different industries. And this segment that what we focus is all about the hire to retire kind of a segment. And we have been making certain investments while there are a ton of capabilities that what human resources module has. From an end-to-end point of view, right from the people development strategy to recruiting and on onboarding, managing the performance and growth, and handling the time and attendance, compensation, benefits, and others. At least in this session, we want to specifically speak about the recruiting and the onboarding, because that's a net new value that what we're trying to bring into the system. And a quick sneak peek about some of the recent released capabilities. We just went GA with the recruiting add-on, which has both the recruiting add-on capability as well as career side. There has been significant improvements that what we've been continuously making the benefits from an advancements point of view. We also been trying to make some integration with Viva connections, which is currently in private review at this point in time. And then there's an array of various different autonomous capabilities that what we're trying to really focus, which is going to complement the core D365 human resources capability in a very complementary manner.
Can I just interrupt? The sound has gone weird again. Can you try muting yourself and swapping over devices to Anisha, because it's not echoing. Well, it's not echoing like it was before.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Anisha Agrawal, Senior Product Manager in Microsoft. And today I'll take you to the journey of recruiting in Dynamics 365 Human Resource. Recruiting is a process. It's a crucial human resource component. And it's a process of identifying or hiring the suitable candidate for any open position. That was not fully addressed, and we were constantly getting the feedback from many of you, from customers, partners, and other stakeholders. And to fill in the gap, like we have a recruiting solution in place in Dynamics 365 Human Resource with ongoing update to enhance the functionality and streamline the hiring process. Let's see how the very high overview of how the process flows. Basically, the recruiting solution is functioning across 3 different platforms: Dynamics 365 Human Resource, another is recruiting add-on, which is built on model-driven app, and the career side, which is for the candidate experience, and that is built on Power Page. So here, 3 persona which we have focused: hiring manager, recruiter, and candidate. And let's see how the data flows between these 3 platforms with these 3 personas. Now, the hiring manager first go to the Dynamics 365 Human Resource, and it defines the job and creates the position, open position. And then once the open position is created, from there, they create the recruiting request, which is getting passed to a recruiter by publishing it. Once the published, then it will reach to recruiting add-on, which is built on model-driven app. Now the data has moved from Dynamics 365 Human Resource to recruiting add-on, where recruiter will add on more details with respect to the hiring process. They'll add the hiring activities. For example, they'll add the hiring template. They will add the screening template. They'll add the hiring team members who will take part in interview. And after that, if at all there is any approval required, it will just go through the approval process. And once everything is done, they'll post the job. So once the recruiter posts the job, the job will be available for candidate in the career site. So this career site, which we have created in Power Page, their candidate will log in, internal and external, both candidate can log into career site, and then they can search for the job. They can create their own profile. They can just play around with their application and see like what all the applications they have applied for and what is the status of that. So all these activities they can do in the career site. And once they have applied, what will happen, it will reaches to again recruiting add-on. So this particular section which you are seeing it here, that is something which will, the conversation or the information which will happen between the career site and recruiting add-on both. Because once the candidate apply for the job, then if the candidate is suitable or better go for the next process or next stage, then the interview will be scheduled, and if at all they are not suitable, probably recruiter will reject them. So once this interview is scheduled, after that the scheduling process will go on, the sending the invitation, then panel member will come into the picture, they'll take the interview, they'll provide the feedback. And once the feedback is provided in a positive note, then probably they'll go to another stage, and likewise, like all the activities which is required in order for that particular job position, that will be taken care. And once all the interview process goes smooth and a recruiter receives the positive feedback, they'll decide to move that candidate for the hiring. And then they will roll out the offer letter. Once the offer letter is rolled out, then the information will be passed to Dynamics 365 Human Resource again, where the hiring process will be taken care. So they'll create the worker out of it, they'll plan they'll assign the tasks, they'll assign the leave plans and the rest. So this is how how the data flows, and this is a very high level overview, which will give you a glimpse that how the data flows between these three platforms. So here I have just categorized the whole process into 4 to 5 different chunks: job creation, posting, interview, and hiring. Let's see in bit detail that how all these stages will work. So first is job creation. This is mostly created by hiring manager who has an open position. So they'll create the position and they can add all the details which is required to fill this position. For example, they'll add the skills, they'll add the education background, they'll add what exactly the job description says, who will be the hiring manager, will the recruiter. So all this stuff may be added by hiring manager while creating the position, and they can just create the recruiting request out of this position. Let's see how the recruiting solution makes this task easy for them.
In today's world, talent is everything. Once the job requirement is created and published, in today's world, talent is everything. But finding the right person at the right time can be a challenge. Your people are your product. Every client win, every breakthrough strategy, it all starts with the right hire. Meet Charlie. She's not just hiring, she's shaping the future of her company. Charlie has an available position for account manager. She created a new account manager position in Dynamics 365 Human Resources, which automatically generated the recruiting request, which contains everything a recruiter needed for the job posting, complete requirements, including job description, skills, education, etc., making their work instantly more efficient with reduced back and forth. Charlie then published the recruiting request. Now recruiter can access this job requirement.
So this is how you have seen that how hiring manager has created the job, the recruiting request very fast, and they can pass this to recruiter. Now let's see how job posting works. So the next stage is job posting, where recruiter gets the requirement of the open position, and they'll add the detail of hiring process. They'll add the panel members, they'll add the template of hiring and the screening. And then if there is any workflow needed, they'll add all those and then they can post the job. Let's see how they are posting the job to the career site.
Once the job requirement is created and published, Robin can add additional necessary information before posting the role. Upon opening the recruiting add-on, Robin automatically views the draft version of the job ad within her application. All relevant details, including the job description, are populated in the recruiting add-on. Robin reviews and updates these details as needed, then incorporates the hiring template to define what all stages of interview is needed for these positions. It also includes hiring templates to add multiple questions needed for Robin to understand the candidates better before proceeding with their application. If approval from upper management is required, she assigns an approver. After completing all necessary steps, Robin transitions the job ad from draft to posted status, which publishes the position to the career site and makes it accessible to both internal and external candidates.
So this is how you have seen how easy for the recruiter to just post a job by just adding few details. They don't need to really create the job summary or the description. Even in the hiring team member, the recruiter and hiring manager will automatically come from the recruiting request. They just have to take care of including the screening question, then adding the right hiring process template, which they can store and they can utilize for multiple job ad. And if at all necessary, they'll just add the approval detail. And that's it. So this is how they can just done this change and they have just post the job. Let's see the next stage, which is candidate experience. When the job is already posted and the candidate will log into career site and search for the job opening. Then they can create the profile and the same profile they can utilize to post the multiple job openings. Let's see how the candidate experience will look like.
Emily is a candidate and looking for open position in Contoso. Emily begins by logging into the career site. Upon their initial login, he can search for job opportunities, read the description carefully, and if the description matches with his experience, then he initiates to apply for the job. If Emily's profile is incomplete or has not been created, the system prompts them to create the profile. He can create the profile either by uploading their resume or manually enters the details. Once the profile is submitted, he can apply for the job. On apply, screening questions may appear which will help recruiter to understand the job application much in advance and take decision accordingly. On submitting screening questions, the application is submitted. Additionally, Emily can track and review the status of their various applications.
So this is how the candidate experience will look like, where the candidate can easily search for the multiple job and they can apply for that. They just need to create the profile once in the career site and they can apply for other position which they are looking for. So this is how the candidate experience will look like. The next stage is interview scheduling. Once the application is received by the recruiter and they find the resume matching with the job openings, then the interview will be scheduled. And this particular stage will enable the recruiter to book the interview slots, then they can manage the candidates and interviewers and streamlining the hiring process. Let's see how the interview scheduling will look like.
The audio is not coming through on that one. I think it's because on the right-hand side, the microphones, the speaker's on 0.
Is it audible now?
No. I think if you move your, can you see on the far end, right-hand side of that bar?
Instead, she's
Oh,
orchestrating.
there we go. Could you
I'll
start
just
that again, please?
With interview scheduling feature, she's no longer chasing down calendars. Instead, she's orchestrating interviews with precision and ease. Scheduling is now effortless. She starts by picking a panel member involved in the hiring process and views their availability. Thanks to real-time Outlook calendar integration, she sees open slots for the selected dates in seconds. She chooses a few convenient times. If she wants to double-check with the interviewers, she can. But today, she's confident, so she books slot without confirmation. Just like that, slots are reserved. Next, Robin moves on to sending the meeting invite. He enters the panel member and interview stage, selects the candidate, and clicks their slot. The tool shows the booked slots, and Robin picks the ones she wants to offer. With one click, the candidate receives an email notification. The candidate opens the email, selects a suitable time, the slot is confirmed. Robin sees the update instantly in her dashboard. Now it's time to send the meeting invite. Robin is satisfied that everything is auto-filled. Date, time, online meeting link. She chooses from predefined templates for both the candidate and interviewer, saving time and ensuring consistency. Once the meeting begins, the interviewer gets a notification to provide feedback. Robin reviews the input and makes a decision, advance the candidate or close the loop. Once the feedback is provided, Robin reviews it in the tool and decides recommending on the candidate due the feedback. This entire process streamlines the complex interview scheduling process and reduces manual effort significantly.
So this is how you have seen how in the complex interview scheduling process, we have just streamlined by including the Outlook calendar. So it's automatically showing what is the available slots for the interviewer, sending the available slots to candidate, and candidate can also confirm it via the email. So no more back and forth conversation is needed. We also have given an edit capability. So in case any cancellation or anything which happens over the call or over the email, the recruiter can also make change, and then the process will go smoothly. So this is how we have handled the interview scheduling piece. Let's go to the next stage, which is ready to hire. So let's say all the interview process will go in the same way, and the panel member will take part and provide the positive feedback. And once the candidate is seen as a correct fit for the open position, then this ready to hire stage will come in the picture, where the recruiter is transitioning the shortlisted candidate, and this will do by sending all the details from recruiting add-on to Dynamics 365 Human Resource. So in that case, the candidate detail will reach to there, so that Human Resource Manager can start the onboarding process. Let's see how the experience will look like.
This one's not playing audio again.
Robin selects Emily's application. Following a successful interview and positive feedback from the interviewer, Robin determines that Emily is well suited for the job opening and proceeds to advance her to the next stage of recruitment. Robin selects Emily's application and marks it as ready to hire. The system then prompts for confirmation, as Emily's information will be sent to the recruiting add-on for Dynamics 365 Human Resources. Upon confirmation, the relevant details are transmitted to Dynamics 365 Human Resources, where a candidate profile is created for Emily. She is now prepared to begin the onboarding process.
So this is how the end-to-end process will look like, where the hiring manager will create the open position. They'll pass this information to recruiter. Recruiter will take part in the hiring process. And once the hiring process is done, then the selected candidate details, it will send back to Dynamics 365 Human Resource, where the next process of onboarding will take part. So this is what I just wanted to share in today's presentation.
Thank you. There's so many cool things coming. It sounds like a very busy time in the HR space.
Yes. And yeah, I love this feature very much. Can you hear us, Anisha?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm so happy that you're here. Finally. I've been bothering her for, I think, 1.5 years with this.
Have you?
She's been being very, very patient and having demos and explaining me things and coming with customers and explaining how the system works. So she's awesome. And I love what you're doing. I think it's my favorite feature so far.
That's
you
so
so much.
good. That's such high
It is
praise.
very good. Right?
But, yeah, definitely.
Praise needs to be public. So yeah.
I agree. I know. I'm thinking we need to kind of, in a healthy way, just like love bomb all of our speakers, right? Because there's so many cool things that we get presented on, and you're like a perfect example of having this great relationship outside of the calls as well. So that's so good. I think it'd be really
honestly, we pretend a little bit. No, just kidding. No, but yeah. Go ahead, Lydia. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think it would be cool to have you guys back when there's also some agentic stuff to check out as well. That would be cool. And absolutely, when we have more of a public roadmap, then we can share, like, please, let's bring that back as well, because there's so much exciting stuff coming here. I'd love for everyone to have a clear idea of when that's getting launched or when it's getting to public preview, Why don't we move on to our second speaker? Anna, do you want to introduce?
Yes, please. Okay, so coming up next, we have a topic that I like a lot. That is a combination. I mean, for me now, things need to be combined between finance, Power Platform, CRM, but yeah, everything. And I think that there's a lot of opportunity between finance and Copilot Studio. Fast tracks, boot camps are putting a lot of effort into this part. So I hope I'm pronouncing right your name, but Subhashish? I think. Please, can you share your screen? I hope you can share it. I don't know if they are presented already, Lydia.
In 3, 2, 1, you're now a presenter.
Go. Perfect. So you could take over the screen and move on with the presentation.
Thank you. Also, maybe you can do a little intro as well. That would be awesome. Can you hear us?
There you go. I can see the screen, but I cannot hear.
Yeah, that's strange. Let's try this.
It's muted now.
Oh, well, let me unmute you. Oh no, can you try speaking now, Subhashish? I don't know what Teams is doing some funky stuff today.
Let me see if I can do this. He is unmuted. But is anyone able to hear him in the chat?
Oh, there we go. Look, your mic is not working.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, it is. Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's great.
Thank you. So I'm just sharing my screen once again. And thank you, Lydia and Anna and Microsoft Dynamics 365 community for letting me speak. My name is Subhashish. Please call me Subs. So people call me with that name. And I am an AI MVP and I'm a finance and operations solution architect. I'm presently working with PwC as a solution architect from India. And this topic is kind of, as Anna was saying, like it's going to be a combination of finance and operation and Copilot Studio, and obviously not to mention Power Platform. So please let me know if I'm going very fast. I will pace down. So this is what we are going to cover up very, very quickly. So I'm going to set the background first of all, giving you an introduction of what is that we are going to cover, and what is that is very much new with Copilot Studio with respect to attachments for finance and operations. Then we are going to cover the prerequisites that you would be needing for this functionality to leverage. And then I will give you various examples like how can you upload, and then how can you access your uploads, how can you access the screenshots, then how can you leverage the screenshots? Like, there are various ways you can leverage your errors. You are facing some errors and you are asking Copilot to tell you why is it failing. You can take help from Copilot for that. Then I will give you various examples of use cases. I will give you various ideations where you can take it forth, and I can also suggest you certain exercises which you can think of leveraging for your own examples, for your own implementation. So with that, just taking you to the prerequisites, like as you know, like with 10.0.45, this is an amazing feature which Copilot Studio has introduced to you, which is by which you can enable attachment to your copilots. So I'm just taking you to my screen here. So here are the copilot. If you go to the PPAC, that is Power Platform Admin Center, and all the way down, if you go, you could check out that you need to enable the copilot for finance and operations, for finance, and for supply chain management. These should be in place. And once that is done, you should also ensure that uh, your virtual entities are enabled. So let me take you to the virtual entities quickly. So here are my virtual entities. So finance and operations virtual entities are also enabled. So once this is done and these are in place, you need to go back to, let me go back to here. And so these are the things that I was talking about. And then you have to go to the feature management, and you need to ensure that you are turning on these two features, which are, if I take you to the feature management, so you need to enable the user attachments for Copilot Sidecar, and enable this feature to attach a screenshot to Copilot Sidecar. So these two features, once are enabled, that you can leverage the various attachments, uploads, and then accessing the uploads and doing various kinds of technicalities, which I'm going to just take you through. So these are the prerequisites. So if I take you back to the presentation, so this is here. From here, it's going to be a bit technical, so please bear with me. So I'm just giving you an example. If I take you to here in my finance and operation and launch the Copilot Sidecar. So let me quickly take up a topic like this. So I'm asking, can you read this file? Can you read a file like this? I'm asking. So let's see what it says. Like it's saying, can you add the file here? So here you'd see this attachment, this clip icon has started coming. So I can click on this, and you see there are add screenshot. You can add a screenshot, or you can browse for some attachments. So I'm just browsing for that, and I am just going to my files, and I'm just giving a file like this, and I'm just saying that here you go, like this. I'm giving something, and let's see what happens. It should be able to access the various metadata for this file. That is the name of the file type, as well as a lot of features, whatever are a part of this file, you can access that. So for that, I have written a very simple topic here in my Copilot. So here are the, let me close this test window quickly, and let me quickly sort by last modified. Just give me a sec, and I'm taking you to this example, that upload example 1, where I've just given some phrases like this: read a file, what is this file, help me with a file, like that. So here it's asking you to upload the file here. I'm uploading the file, and here it's details. So when you say that, this is how you should make use of your PowerFX. PowerFX is basically, you see the first in how can you write this is if you go to FX and you see, and you just write system dot activity, and then you can access your attachments simply by saying attachments. So when you say attachments, it's going to give you an array of uploaded files. All you need to do is just go to first, and then all I'm saying is in this dot name. So if I say that, it's going to give me the name of the file. If I say value, it's going to return the content of the file, and like so on. The content type is basically the type of the file. Content is once again the blob object of the file, like that. So this is how you can access the various file attributes by uploading the files. I'm just canceling this and coming back to my topics. So this was one very simple example. As you can see, I'm going back to my finance and operations, and let me quickly load this screen. And here is something which I would like to show you. Like, you can also ask the Copilot to analyze an error that you were getting. So this is an amazing feature. So if I say, can you, okay, let me quickly bring this up. Can you analyze this? Sorry, analyze this error. If I say this, and if I attach this, so you can add the screenshot or you can browse for any attachment. So say, for example, you've already taken a screenshot of your error and you want to analyze what is this error all about. I'm just browsing this and I've already taken the screenshot. So this is a sales order invoice error going to the, the inventory is not adequate. So it's just analyzing the error and coming back with the suggestions. So what is it doing is, if you see that in this is the sales order number is this, the item number is this. It's saying that the on-hand reserve is very inadequate. So these are the possible things that you can do. So this is an amazing feature. If you go back to your topics, and if I take you to this topic, which is basically analyzing the error from the screenshot. So all it is doing is just grabbing the file from here, and then I am defining a prompt, Power Apps prompt, which is a very simply analyzing. I'm just taking you there. It's so simple. You are asking the prompt to analyze the screenshot, to analyze the content of the file that you have attached, and tell back to the user what is this error all about. Just give me a couple of moments to get this loaded. Yeah, so you see this document input. Can you analyze the error given in the screenshot and then give a possible solution for the same, be as descriptive as possible. So with this, I just am passing on the screenshot or the file that you have uploaded, and that's it. That's going to do the trick. I'm going back and just going back, and you'll see I'm getting the results from here and giving it back to the user. So this is another example where you can leverage the screenshot attachment from Copilot. Now something more substantial, which I am sure you would love it. So which is basically interacting with finance and operations. So here is one topic which is basically attaching the file to a purchase order. So you have seen this. It's a real pain, like going to the purchase order, finding out the purchase order, and then attaching to the purchase order. So many navigations are there. You can think of it like just asking the Copilot to find the PO for you, and so as to attach the file to the PO, purchase order. So all I'm doing is just I'm reloading this quickly, and just I'm going to grab this prompt like this. So okay, so I'm just going to this Copilot sidecar, and I'm launching this sidecar chat, and I'm just giving this, can you attach to PO, like that I'm saying. So he's saying, can you upload the document here? So I am doing what? I'm just going to the browse, and I'm just going some sample file, and I'm just going to sample like this. So I'm saying, here we go. So it's saying, can you do you have the PO number handy? So I'm just giving the PO number from here, and I'm just pasting it. So let's wait for the Copilot to come back, and in the meanwhile, I will take you to the purchase order quickly. So let me take you to the purchase order. So all purchase order, I've just kept it here. So you see it's giving successfully attached to the purchase order like this. So if I go to this purchase order 0039, and if I go to the attachment, I would see like this has attached this attachment which I just uploaded it. So it's very simple. If I take you to the topic, what it is doing is that it is just grabbing the uploaded document as I was explaining here. Then it is a message variation, as you could see. Like you can ask instead of asking the same boring question, same question over and again to the user. You could bring a message variation to the Copilot. So I'm saying, do you remember the purchase order number, or do you have the PO number handy? Like that, I'm making this kind of message variation so as to make the user, a feel that it's a living person. Okay, so I'm grabbing the entire user's response as a purchase ID. Alternately, you can define your own entity to catch the purchase ID, purchase order number. Then comes the a very beautiful thing called upload to the SharePoint. Why is it needed? Why can't I directly pass on the uploaded file here itself? This is because in Copilot right now, the Copilot is supporting only the block content of the file, only the block content of the file, not the file in itself. So as a result, you have to temporarily keep the file in a SharePoint site. So this is what exactly I'm doing. This is the SharePoint site actually, and this is where I'm just going to upload this file, and then once this is uploaded, this is going to generate a record or create file. And once this is uploaded, it's doing what? It's grabbing the created files ID, created files legal entity. This is interesting. You see, this is legal. This is global.copilot.server. If you say this, it's going to understand which data area ID you are presently on. So this is interesting. This is important because you have to pass on the data area ID as well. So with this, I'm calling a flow. So this flow is doing what? This is a very simple flow. It is just grabbing the purchase ID. This is created file ID. So every time you're uploading a file in SharePoint, it's going to create an ID for you. This created file ID, the legal entity, and the purchase order number, all these details. And along with that, you are getting the file content from the SharePoint. It's a very simple step from here. And finally, I'm just, the rest of the steps are very mundane, very, very familiar. So I'm just uploading the token from Microsoft Online. And then I'm passing on, I'm calling on my purchase order header document attachment and passing this access token with this details of the body. So you see the data area ID, file type, and all these details basically are passed on. And lastly, the attachment. The attachment is what? This attachment I'm getting from the step from here. So this attachment is the content of the file, and you see it's basically a base 64 version. So if you don't do this, if you directly pass this file content, you will get an error, or your file won't be rendered properly in your Dynamics FNO. So this is doing the trick. And then finally, I'm setting a variable like this. This variable is just saying that successfully attached to the purchase order number. So if then I'm conditionally responding to the agent, like if this is correct. So if I go to here in the settings, you'd see on a successful, if the above step is success, then only it's going to come to here. And if the above step errors out, it's going to say something like that the error has error while adding the attachment, like that. It will throw an error. So with that, what it is doing as a final step, it is temporarily attaching your file to SharePoint, and then it's calling another topic just to delete this. You see, if you go to here, it's just deleting the file. So this is a famous phenomenon which is known as call transfer or call handover between the Copilot topics from one topic to another, just like one call agent hands over the call to another. The same phenomenon it's happening here, and I am deleting the SharePoint file from here, just so as to it's a temporary allocation. Temporarily I'm keeping there. That's why. So once this is done, it is going to come back to the user saying that the file has been uploaded successfully, like that. So this is one common example. You can take this to some other strategies also, just like as this this presentation is saying, like you can upload files to SharePoint. Just not that, you can also upload various kinds of I will give you one small example. If I go to the Power Apps, and I have created some AI hubs, and I've created some predefined AI models to read the contents of the file. So now I was passing on the purchase order number. So instead of that, you can also ask the agent flow to find it for you just by training this document. I have just trained this document, and I have defined the purchase order number and the document date. So I can grab this purchase order number and I can just pass this on as a result back to Copilot, and from there the Copilot can take it forward. So this is one ideation to you, like just you can make use of such similar kind of a document processing kind of stuff and call this from your Copilot agent flow, so as to make it more AI oriented, so as to make it much more intuitive. And that's what exactly I would request you to do. Think of it from another business point of view. So you can also make this kind of arrangements for itemize your employees uploaded bills. So your employee has gone to some client side and has come back, and he or she wants to upload the bills, the portal bills or the conventions and all that. So you can upload such kind of attachments to Copilot and ask the Copilot to do the parsing and find out the contents of the bill, and then do various kinds of journal postings in finance and operations. So this kind of example you can find out as you dig down more, and this is just the the start of the rabbit hole, and you can take it as deep as possible. So with that, let me conclude this topic. I am available on this social handlers. Please feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, I have already shared this with Anna, I guess, this PPT, so she can also share this with you if you like it.
Thank you. That's awesome. We've now started sharing all of the decks with the recordings when we put them on the community YouTube and LinkedIn. So thank you, Subs. Subs is such a cool nickname as well. I'm so here for that.
Thank you.
It is actually really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just love a live demo as well. I just love when we actually dive in. We had one question which is lost in a sea of chat about who Anna loves the most. I'm so attached to this as well. I should not be, but I really am. Okay, hang on. Where is it? We had a question. This was from 10 minutes ago. So Manish said, can you train this with the internal knowledge from SharePoint and then restrict it to answer from there? I feel like that was early on in your presentation. Oh, I think you're on mute again. We lost you.
We cannot hear you. Subs, are you there?
Yeah. Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, I got you. So Lydia, you're saying like if we can also make use of the internal knowledge articles to answer this from Copilot, right?
Yeah, and I think the ask was just to specifically restrict it to the answers from the internal knowledge source.
Right. So you can do that. You can create your own agents, and you can also put on various kinds of rules, so as to interpret, decode any uploads you are giving, so that the agent can read from that rule and find out, okay, so this image means this, and how to proceed further. And then you can expose your agent to teams so that your end users can chat with the teams and upload images and understand from them directly.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Cool. Thank you. Any other thoughts, Anna?
No, I just really love when we can work with two technologies together with real use cases. I have tried Copilot Studio with Dynamics, and it's much better. Sorry for what I'm going to say today. I'm very controversial, but it's much better than the built-in Copilot. So yeah.
Love a community
so
perspective.
No question for me.
No,
really.
There's another question in the chat. Are there any specific Copilot license requirements for this? So if we're wanting to give access to all F&O users.
Yeah, this is available to all F&O users unless you want to restrict that with an additional rules or privileges, but this is going to be by default available to everyone.
Oh, okay. So there isn't an additional licensing. We'd love to hear that, don't we? In our final few minutes,
Sorry,
No,
Lydia.
go ahead.
It can change tomorrow, so don't get too attached.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I won't. I'm trying to share the deck. The chat today is on fire.
It's
also,
crazy, right?
Dwayne side messaged me and said none of the chat appears in the recordings that we publish on social media, which is so true, and it's really the fire, isn't it? So devastating. Let's talk a little bit about events. Okay, so this is slightly out of date. We did the Global AI Tour in Ottawa. It was lovely. I don't know if anyone here joined it, but last week we had 2 AI tours. The week before we had 1. It was wild. Power Platform Community Conference, obviously we've been talking about that a lot. So, and also we have a community lounge there, and I mentioned in the CRM call, if anyone wants to sign up to join, first of all, head to the community lounge if you're going to PPCC. It's got so many great things. I was chatting to a colleague this week who said there's so many awesome community-led 20-minute sessions that are going to be there from so many different groups. I think there's one called Women in Power, Anna, which is some awesome female leaders, and just a ton of other really great diverse community sessions there. So please head to the community lounge. And also, if you want to sign up to volunteer, reach out. We can connect you with the right people. Business application launch event is on the 23rd of October. I don't think you can register for it yet, but we are excited to share that with you. Anna, do you want to talk a little bit about these community events that are coming up?
Of course, there's plenty of things happening. I think that we already saw that last time. Experts Live, if you're in New York, I cannot look at the chat anymore while I'm speaking. I'm sorry. I have to close it. So Experts Live is happening in 2 days in New York. So if you are around and you want to pop by and just say hi and meet people around the area, just go for it. Then the call-up days, regardless, besides the first one in Croatia, we have Cape Town, South Africa, US, Belgium, and Portugal. So all of this is in 1 month, different locations. So I would, if I were you, I would just try to be around. And also these 2 events are free. And then we have Community Summit NA that it's happening also this month between the 19th and the 23rd of October in Florida, USA. Perfect. So I think, that's interesting month.
Yeah, definitely. I clearly try to tackle both the CRM and the ERP decks at the same time, and then stuff that falls in between them slips through the cracks and still stays on the slides, but I will do better. Oh, Lasse, what have I forgotten this time now? The AI, you know what? I think we might hire you to put the slides together for us because you have such an eagle eye for making sure we don't miss community events. Would you like to be responsible for doing the slides?
Those events are always there, but you remove them when you will see that I will be there, and you just extract them.
Thank you, Dwayne. Dwayne is forevermore my hype person. Last week I went to 4 different cities. The week before I went to 3 different cities, and now we're just going to stay in New York. So thank you, everybody. This was a very entertaining call and some really awesome presentations. I'm so excited about what's coming for HR. It's going to be so cool. Dwayne will have these recordings up on the community sites as usual in the next week. So thank you, Dwayne. I don't know if anyone knows, Dwayne puts in so much effort in the background, taking these, editing them, getting the decks, uploading them. He does such an awesome job. So thank you, Dwayne.
Yeah, I also wanted to thank Dwayne. I think that it's a fantastic job. Like, we are here showing our faces, but the actual work, I think it relies on them. Yeah, thank you for being there, the backbone.
Thank you. That must mean I'm somewhat on the list. Yay, my day is made.
You made it to the list. You made it.
Love this community. And
God.
also, I also just have to give a shout out because if you are active anywhere on our actual community site in the forums and all that, and I know some of you, Andre, you're on the top 10 this last week. Scott and Brett, both on this call, they are our community managers. They're the ones who are making sure all those forums where all those questions get answered run smoothly. So Lydia and I get the fun of the calls and the stuff on the social side, and Scott and Brett make all the actual people who know the answers shine as well. So community side, we love you guys.
That's amazing.
Okay.
And before we drop, sorry that it's a minute late, but next month I will not be here. So we will have Natalia on board to join Lydia to support and this on this call. But yeah, I'm really sorry you're gonna miss me. Depends on we will try to manage the list, see if it changes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. We'll miss you, Anna. Natalia, I'm excited to co-host with you. And everybody have a great October, and we'll see you in November. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.